Welcome back to Sailing Joy. Last time, we explored the city of Porto, used our electric scooters to go up and down the city, enjoyed the evenings at Marina do Porto before we decided to set sail towards Aveiro in Portugal, without the help of hired crew. Arrived in Ria of Aveiro with a strong 6-knot current that quickly took us to our anchorage. And it took us 2 tries to set anchor. This anchorage is a small one, and due to its very high tide variation around here of over 3 meters, we were not very comfortable to anchor at 4.6 meters, but had no other option. We knew that at low tide we would only have 1.6 meters of water under Joy, which would be close but enough. So we have to test everything here, right? So the sound depth was saying that I still had like about 2 meters, and that's why I got here the stick and I put it all the way down here, and I noticed that it's a little bit less than 2 meters, so we have up to here from the water line to the bottom, and we still have like 1 more hour to go in terms of the tide. Tá escuro, eu sei que tá escuro, mas sabe o que a gente vai fazer agora? A gente vai dar uma filmada para ver o quanto a gente tá de distância aqui do fundo do barco aqui para pro fundo. A gente tá só meio metro. A gente tá com medo que o barco vai ficar para fora aí da... Melhor, vai ficar na terra. Vamos lá ver como é que a gente tá. Olha só. Dá pra ver o fundo mesmo.
Olha os peixinhos.
Olha o peixinho. Vamos lá. Vou colocar.
Dá pra ver as conchinhas.
Dá, tá super.
Nossa. Agora estamos oficialmente encalhados pela primeira vez. Parabéns! Sorte com o catamarã, agora é só esperar a maré subir e a gente sai de volta. Uhul!
Now we are at the lowest point of the tide, and in 10 minutes gonna go up again. We officially did run aground here, but it was not much. We were stuck for a few minutes here, but the feeling of not moving whenever you're in the ocean is very, very awkward. So we felt like that for about 15 minutes until we started to float again. Now, one thing that we were very lucky was that there was no waves and wind whatsoever. So we just sat still for about 15 minutes until Joy was floating again.
E arrumamos um amigo caranguejo aqui, ó. Ele fica pra cima e pra baixo toda hora. Oi, tá dando até tchauzinho.
As we left the Ria, we encountered dolphins that came by to say hello. It is always a special feeling whenever you have the opportunity to stay close to these creatures. And a lot of people choose to get their boats in Les Sables and pretty much go straight to the Med. And that's what we did last time around. And this time we're taking the time and stopping at places like, for example, Peniche. It's so beautiful. Arriving here, you can see the rochedos that are located over there. I'll show you guys. We're now with a very low wind, but we are sailing. We have 9 knots of wind and we're sailing at 5 knots. So we have our Gennaker up, pretty much just the Gennaker. We didn't put the main up because it was like banging from one side to the other. So I'll show you guys how the setup is. So indeed it is a very smooth day to sail. As you can see here inside, nothing shakes. We have our wines over there sitting there. So days like this is it's very calm, and I mean, we ran a risk of having to motor, but we prefer, especially now in the beginning, to have calm days at seas than stress out with too much wind and so on. Especially for Patricia, she's getting her feet wet, and she's really enjoying because it's been pretty good every time that we are out here in the sea. So planning is key whenever we do this short sails here in the coast of Portugal. And we have to build a constant watch for those buoys over there. That's from the fishermen here in the coast. We don't want that to be caught in our propeller. Estão pulando, né? You're jumping around. And we arrived in Peniche to find out that Marina was totally full. So we decided to stay at anchor right outside the harbor. A little bit rolly. In reality, we had about 20 knots of wind the entire night. Yeah, and unfortunately we're not gonna get to see Peniche because we got here and the marina was full. They don't make any reservations. We decided to stay here at this anchorage last night. Thank you, Rockna. You rocked, because the 40 kilos Rockna anchor that we upgraded to really held us good, because there was winds of about 20 knots last night with gusts of 25, and we did not move a bit. We had a very good night of sleep. Just woke up a couple of times to check that we were still holding, but we were, so there was no issues. So now, since nobody's leaving the marina, and we don't feel very comfortable leaving Joy here in this anchorage because it's kind of rolling. The beach we're right in front, it's called Peniche Beach, which is very famous for its tubular waves. So you imagine leaving your boat in front of the beach that has like big waves. Not a good idea. You know, it's not big waves or anything like that, but still not very comfortable. So we're gonna go directly to CASCAIS, and it's gonna be maybe a 9-hour sail to there. We have outside here ocean of about 1.72 meters high, and the wind is pretty good, so it's about 20 knots. So we're gonna be able to sail all the way to CASCAIS. And before we go, I decided to make some water using the water maker, since we're not using very much. So it's good to use everything in the first couple of months to make sure everything is working correctly, and if not, it goes under warranty. One bad thing about this water maker is that you have to go inside of the engine to turn on and off. A friend of mine, Steve, mentioned that there is a fix for that, and we're gonna be doing so we can do everything automatically. Even though we do have here on our boat a little display that would actually allow us to turn it on and off, it does not give the opportunity to regulate the pressure. So you have to go inside to regulate the pressure. So this is the display that we have, and there's a fix for that, so we can do everything automatically from the inside of the boat. So I'm gonna go over there now and turn it off so we can set sail towards CASCAIS. So first, what we do here, we release the pressure that is on the green side here. It goes all the way back here to yellow. And as I release the pressure, the quality of the water goes from good quality to poor quality. And it makes a little bit of different noise. So after all the pressure is released, I think it does like a wash through into the system. So once it's done, I turn it off here. So just for you two guys have an idea, this is like 100 liters an hour. I had about 37% of water on the tanks. It's 600 liters here. And I ran for 1 hour, and I'm at 53% here. So I think he did, you know, its job of 100 liters of water. So I'm happy with it. So, but I'm gonna try to do the fix where I can just press a button inside of the boat, and I don't have to here and regulate. It's always good to come here and regulate because you can see the pressure, so nothing goes wrong. But it's also good to have the convenience to be able to do it inside. So it's off and ready to be used next time. The waves are up to 2 meters high. As you can see, you see like the waves coming up and down. We have about 4 hours and a half to go to CASCAIS. We decided to get out today because it was very rolly over there where we were at the anchorage. As we approached CASCAIS, the wind started to pick up. It was now 20 knots, and if it went anything more than that, it would be pretty hard for us to go into the marina, since it would be very difficult to maneuver Joy. Here you can see the wind already getting close to 30 knots.
We had to quickly change plans and anchor at the bay at very tense moments, but that and much more we will show you on our next episode.